we were having some technical difficulties with PlayStation being PlayStation and me being me. But I am Jinx, driver of the number 22, and then we are with Frank, driver of the 45, giving you the stream for the duels number 2. Not quite sure how many laps in we are, as we joined a little late, but as we joined, we noticed it already broke up a little bit, with Too Good out front leading the low line and Sniper leading up high. I'm liking this 4-car pack, though, back there. They look to be struggling a little
They are
earlier.
in it. They are back in it.
Yeah, they finally lined up, and they were a good half a straightaway back a couple laps ago, and now they're
Yeah.
right with the pack.
And everybody is scribbling up.
Yep. So now where everyone's
All
getting separated and new lines are forming, and it's be a good one. I mean, we just got done running Duel 1, and that was a good race. But it was very low line heavy. But when we were watching it before we tried to go live, because my voice was being the R2D2 of NASCAR, a lot of them were running high. So I'm assuming maybe they're dropping down low. Maybe pit stops are coming. Yep, every car's in a line. I mean, just nobody's. I don't think anybody's going to try to go high right here if they're getting that close to pit stops.
Well, when they're probably thinking that they can save enough gas to where they don't have to make pits. But I just found in our race that the 25% with it on 2 times, it's really nothing. You just needed to just go. I saved every lap. I was never on anybody's bumper. We could never get it racy though until the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think I maybe saved a lap.
Yeah, yeah. The pit cycles just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to say you're not gonna pit nobody. You're not gonna run 3 or 4 laps more than anybody. And
Yeah,
I
and I
just
mean,
don't feel that it was a difference maker at all.
and I noticed mid pack I would be half throttled, but my RPMs would still be maxed out, and I couldn't even separate. I tried, but the draft would just bring you back to it.
It does. It does. It sucks you up, but then whenever you get on the outside of somebody, it sucks you back in so quick. The
Yeah, so
2020 cars, you get a run on somebody like you do, like you do in these cars, and it pulls on through and leaves.
yep, as Dave Ace is trying to get that high side going, but nobody really wants to go.
Mm-mm.
I have to believe they're getting close to pit stops here. Like I said, we if you just joined in, we did have some technical difficulties, but did get
Yeah,
it back up and running. So give these guys a fair shake at a stream since they did it for us in Duel 1.
there is a couple of cars that are scribbly, so
Yeah,
it's
I'm seeing
that's telling me that their tires are wore out. It's got to be close to pits.
yeah, it's got to be. I mean, my tires were pretty well. I mean, I don't
Hmm.
know what slider you ran. I think I ran a 4.
Yeah, I think actually that's what I did too. A
Yeah.
4 or 3.
I think one of the biggest challenges this season that we're going to see is, this is the first time that we're actually dedicating it to run a season in these 22 cars. And, unless you've been practicing them, all those adjustments you've learned to make in the 20 cars mean
They're
absolutely
not the
nothing.
same. Absolutely nothing.
I think I've
Nothing.
gone up
You.
two clicks on every slider for every track we've gone based on what I ran with the 20s.
Yeah, yeah, and then you're always gonna have to add the air to the right rear. Always.
Yep. They just naturally run tight, and you just got to loosen them up. It's just not loosening them up too much. And being loose at a track like this where the runs, the accordion effect, I mean, it's going to be real easy to get bumped out of position because you're letting off and somebody's coming up behind you and rear ending you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I only ran up and rear into somebody one time. I wasn't paying attention. The draft sucked me out, but usually I'm pretty good at not just ramming somebody. I usually let off and ease in back into it.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing a lot of rear ending in this one. I'm seeing a lot of just people letting off and the accordion effect kick in.
Yeah, just not being steady. Whenever they let off, they're not ready for the way the car moves.
Yeah, I mean, the draft effect in these cars, I definitely feel it a lot more. And that's gonna be a challenge for
Hmm.
all these drivers is getting used to
Yeah,
draft effect, with this track, and then I think we're doing high draft Atlanta. That's
yeah,
going to be an interesting one, but I think the high side of Atlanta will work a lot better.
yeah. We had it working the other night.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not 100% sure what lap count, but I'm pretty sure they're coming up to pit stops here. And if you're new to Kill Switch, you will notice if a car dies below the yellow on the backstretch, that is the signal that they will be pitting. So I haven't seen anybody signal yet, but I want to see these boys get racy.
Yeah, they're all in the line right now. They're just probably running their fuel out. Going to go into the pits, and hopefully that'll separate it a little bit. Because I like seeing like 4 cars that are back a little bit, like their 4 cars earlier was, and then gaining on the getting back up to the lead
Yep,
by
and I'm looking
working
at the
together
10.
well.
The 10's got that gap, but he's got really nobody really behind him
Mm-mm.
lined up. Typhoid's trying to make it work, but he's on the 14. He's leaving a pretty decent gap, but I don't see anybody making a move. I mean, we didn't start making moves in Duel 1 until about, what, 8 to go?
Yeah, yeah, about 8 to go.
And then 2 to go, it
Man,
was go time, as there we go. There's the signal to pit. Looks like everybody's coming
yeah,
in. So
yeah.
this is going to be interesting because when
Okay,
we pit,
I want to get a back view of this.
because when we came into pit, everybody split up. We split the stages. Big group came in first, and then
Mm-hmm.
another lap, another one. It looks like everybody's coming in this
Oh,
lap.
dude, the way we cycled through our pits that last pit, that was beautiful.
Yep, everybody is in.
And Dave Ace is in the back. I don't see anybody getting rammed. It is tight.
Oh,
Oh,
as we're going to look to see if anybody stays on pit road a little longer.
see if anybody tries to take some strategy to try to get out front so they can be a duck. Let's see who our duck's going to be.
I mean, at this point, you have to run another stage, or you have to run another
Mm-hmm.
fuel run.
Yeah,
You're
it is,
taking the fuel,
definitely.
you might as well take the tires.
Yeah, take the 4 now and then take 2 in the
Yep.
last pit.
As I'm seeing the 10, the 9, 10 is out, 9 is out.
Dave Ace and is out. Everybody's out.
Looks like I had no speeding penalties. Good job. As somebody took 2 tires because somebody's way up there in turn 1.
Somebody tried it too. I told you who's going to be the duck.
Let me see who's up there. That is OG Janklo up there.
It's not going to work out for you, Jake.
He needs to blow his mirror up
He will
to
win.
watch the run.
He will be in 5th place here in about 3 laps.
Yep, and I'll do the rear view camera from Janklo to see how fast the pack can catch him, because I'd say he's good for about a lap. He might be good for maybe a lap. But I think they're going to catch him on the backstretch of the next lap.
They got their line back here is split up. You got 2 cars that broke out of line, the 5 car.
I mean, even 2 cars is faster.
They're coming bad fast.
Yeah, so he's completed.
They'll have him on the backstretch.
Yep, he completed 1 lap, and their cars are already getting bigger in his rear view. And the question is, what is he going to do here? Is he going to try to block? Is he going to try to, stay on the bottom and just protect it?
I'll try and block to an extent, because if you can block good enough, like I wouldn't just whip out in front of them. I'll try and go where they're going to where I can catch their draft and build up speed with them.
Yep.
And maybe try and put a block on them like that, but I'm not just going to whip up and block that plaque. Let's see what he does.
As we look, they're already to his bumper.
And they are going around him.
Yep. The 10 went with him.
Oh, and he caught the draft. The 10 helped him so much.
That is...
They should have winged on by him. Yeah, dude.
And now he's came out with that, but he came out third through the cycle. So I mean, that's
right.
That is a win.
He could have easily been in the back. That line was steady.
As
got Too Good and Checo running that high line.
Yep, with Typhoid, and I believe that's Brando with
and
the 5.
And now he's going to catch that high line draft. We got the 9 car needs to move on up a little bit. There you go. There you go. Now they got it. The high side's fixing to get moving.
Yep.
Well, maybe not.
The trick is with the high side, you got to get people to stay up there. You get too many people.
Well, yeah, and your leader needs to make his line obvious. If you're going to run your lefts on the white dots, or you're going to run in the middle of the white dots, or you're going to run the white on the white dots. Your leader's got to make sure because that one little slip up, slip under, your line's broke.
Yeah, Death just brought up a good point. He took 2 tires, which got him out front, but when everyone else is taking 2 on that second pit, he has to take 4. I don't know if his left sides will run a full 47. It'll be close. I mean, he might be able to save it, but that car is going to be a
Dude, I
struggle.
just don't. Unless somebody's willing, unless a pack is willing to do the same thing you're willing to do, I just would not take the risk. I would do what everyone else is doing. Because you're going to leave yourself out there like Jinx. You're going to take 2 tires and everybody else took 4, and you're going to be out there for a half a lap.
Yep.
That high side's looking pretty good,
That's not Jinx. That's Janklo.
Janklo.
No, but I'm saying Death was saying that, when he's got to take 4, everyone else is going to take 2. Because if he takes 4, he's going to come out of pit road by himself.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, can lefts at 2 times wear, can lefts last an entire race of 47 laps? I don't know.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
But I guess we're going to find out as we go back here to the front with Valid leading. Looks like the 10 of Beastly Pac-Man.
Kevin Hankins' death?
Yes.
Huh.
Mr. Sunglasses,
I know what
Silent
he looks
Assassin.
like now. Yeah, I know what he looks like now, Mr. Trying to be my friend on Facebook.
But we got a 4-car pack here with the 3, the 10, the 14, and the 44, and then a giant pack of cars behind. Now, Road's going to take the inside or the outside if he can. He's a 9-car. Question is anyone going to go with him?
There they go.
Yep, there they
Yeah,
go.
he's definitely got him going with him.
Oh, but
the 11,
Checo couldn't get up
it's
there.
not smooth. It's not smooth. Oh, he didn't have to run to the high side.
Oh, another
what a block.
Brando up to the top. Oh, 15 is loose down the apron. On my screen,
We got
at
some
least.
2Y racing. The high side got the better momentum by far now.
Did you see the 15 on the apron, or was that just me?
No, I was on the 48 at the time.
Okay, is the 15 falling back?
Let's see. That's if I get the 14. Yeah, hey, he still got the draft. He still got the draft.
Okay.
Thyroid just still got the
I
draft.
see Dave Ace
And
back
he
here running
comes.
by himself. So maybe Dave got a
Yeah.
penalty. I'm not sure.
Maybe, I don't know. He was running with the pack earlier. I was proud of him. Yeah, Thyroid's got the draft. He is back in it. And this second pack needs a bunch of these 4 cars here that are separated. Needs to line up. Don't worry about passing each other. To line up, and you'll get them.
So, yeah, it's looking like this duel should have been the duel we were in, Frank.
Yeah, I know. This is the one that wants to be racy. I wanted to race. I
This is
wanted
the
to
one
get
that
two
wants to be
wide
racy.
racing.
This is the one that likes the high side.
And I love plate track racing in the 22s because the way the side draft works on them. That's why if I run the high line, if I'm on the second line, I'm keeping my left below the dotted line, like as tight down there as I can. Because for one, it sucks him back and keeps the momentum. And two, it gives them little room for error.
Yeah,
I want
I
somebody to
noticed
mess
it a
up
couple
underneath me.
times. I noticed it a couple times. You get a little close to the side of them, and it kind of pulls them back. But I mean,
Hmm.
if you're side drafting, if you're 2 cars on the low line, you're trying to side draft 5 cars on the high side. I don't think that's going to work very well.
Oh no.
As Janklo dives low, it looks like he's going to try to make a move on Checo. He's got Brando. Oh, he's just going to slide back in. But
Too
I want
good
to see.
stuck back here in this backpack.
Yeah, but they're organized. I mean, they're not really
Yeah.
swerving all over the place. And with these 3 cars in the back of the front pack moving all over the place, that's probably going to allow that 4-car pack to catch back up.
Oh yeah, they definitely are catching them. They are about a half a turn away and moving up on them.
Yep.
That front pack, hopefully that front pack fight a little bit, split up a little bit.
And they are running the shortest line on the track, so I mean that's going to help them a little bit. But Too Good he's getting line. Stop doing that.
I don't understand what they're doing.
Unless Too Good's trying to save fuel and wants to be the pusher and get in the back, which is very possible. He did run a lot of laps up front, and maybe he wants to try running in the back and be a pusher, save some fuel a little bit.
I don't know what these guys are doing, dude. Look at this. What are they doing?
Well, we're not in their chat, so they might be trading off.
Yeah.
Maybe one car is better pusher than the other, or they just said we want to race. We get back up to the leaders because they are 2 by 3, so they are 2 wide, 3 rows deep.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's going to benefit the bottom line almost every time. I don't care if you're in the 20s or the 22s.
Mm-hmm.
Up as the 19 moves
Sniper
up.
is playing the Pied Piper, going back and forth, swinging it back and forth.
Yep. He's going to go where
And
the line is. He wants to go where the speed is. If he thinks he's faster up top, he's going to go up top.
they're going to get him. That
Yep.
14 and 5 car ducks.
And I mean, to be honest with you, that 14 is on some old lefts. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's just fine with riding.
And that high side prevailed. Who is leading the high
Valid.
line? And it is Valid. We're going to see a lot of this dude up front
Yep,
this year.
that's one of the new guys. So if anybody who doesn't know in this stream, I don't know if Too Good went through it in the first race. A couple new guys in this duel. We have the Valid in the number 3, Bushy Crease in the 44,
Beasley Pac-Man under 10.
Typhoids in the 15, Janklo in the 14, and Dave Ace making his return after he left early last season. So, I mean, a good mix of old and new. We've all been racing quite a bit over the last week to try to get everybody at least around some of the guys who've been here and get used to racing and stuff like that.
Yeah, it looks like Thyroid Fever is leading a really, really smooth line on the bottom. Nice and steady. And it looks like they're back to gaining. Back to gaining. Definitely gaining.
Yep.
That's probably what they did. They did some shifting around. Thyroid probably like, let me lead this, man.
Oh, they were getting.
Oh, and they are getting scribbly up there.
Yep, and that is the 14 and the 10, as we just talked about them. They got a little nervous. Yep, this 4-car
That 15
pack.
car's coming, dude.
Yep, I think he's definitely a lead car. He might just run better up front. I mean, everybody wants to run better up
He
front.
wants to push to 5. Good push. They are coming in a hurry. Oh, and
They are. I mean, you got 3 cars on the top with a separated 4th car, and then 1 car by himself on the inside. That pack is coming.
You got the 14 on the bottom throwing a block. Is that the 14? Who is it? Yeah, Mahindra. Oh, man. What a push by the 44. When I would race with some sucky guys that were bad at plate tracking, I would always run the high side because the terrible drivers always gonna nail that wall, and it's gonna give you separation just about every time. What is this?
All right, what were you saying, Frank? Sorry, I had to mute the mic real quick.
Oh, the hell, I forgot.
Fair enough. That's what we do here. That's what we do here in Duel 2. That's what happens when the guys who race Duel 1 do the broadcast in Duel 2. We forget things.
When I'm racing with terrible plate track drivers, I like to ride the high side because they'll always nail the wall and get separation.
Yeah, or you run the high side so the guys who want to stay to the low line bounce off the apron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not seeing a lot of that in this race, though. But that 4-car pack was catching them, and then I don't know what happened. But they're
steady right now. They're just steady.
Oh, Janklo into pit road.
Them.
Janklo is pitting. I think this is his last stop, but he's just going to try to strategy the hell out of it. I bet he's going to take 4 tires. I mean, he's going to have to. If he takes 4 tires now, he's not going to go a lap down because he'll be out of pits by then. He'll be good to go to the end. And if he can catch on the tail of one of these packs coming out of pit road, I think he might be okay. But at the same time, these cars are probably going to take 2 tires. So that 15-second pit stop that he's taking is only going to be about 9 seconds because I believe when we ran it out, we had to put a can and a half in it, I believe, right?
Can and a half, yeah. A can only gets you like 10 laps.
Yep, we had to
11.
Yep, we had to pit with 11 to go. So they're going to have to pit with 11 to go. Crossing the start-finish line going in while getting into your box, it's 10 to go. If you did a can, you probably would have run out coming across the line. And
Checo leading
Janklow is
that
out of
backpack
pit
now.
road, and he has got the pack coming up on him quick. So he is probably going to go a lap down, but keep in mind he does not have to pit. And if he tags along the back of that 4-car pack coming up on him, he might be all right.
Yeah.
If he stays
Like-
on the lead lap, if the drivers behind him pit, he could cycle out to be the leader.
If he can do what he did the first time and catch into the pack without getting blown past,
Yep,
he'll
and
be
he's
all
got a
right.
smaller pack catching him, so he should be able to go high, let the cars go underneath him, and then fall in behind the 4-car pack, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
That's what he's doing right now, too. Staying high, he's going to jump in behind Too Good, probably.
Yep.
And there he goes.
And now
So-
he's up to speed, and a good speed. The longer he can stay with them, and I just run with them.
Yeah,
The longer he can stay with them, the longer it's going to help him, benefit him. Why is he?
that's a strategy we did not see in the first race, so I'm interested. I'm going to take
Yeah.
notes on that one.
You got the 15 pitting.
Yep, 15, the 40.
Oh, and he got nailed
the
into the
44
pits.
got nailed into the
He
pits.
got nailed into the pits,
That
and
may
it is
be,
a caution.
Yep, pit road entry. So the winner is Janklow. He's lead lap. Just came out of pit road on 4 freshies.
Just came out of pits. Yep.
And he may, yep, he may.
Yeah, we get that. The 44.
I don't think that 14 should pit at all. I think he should take the waiver round. Oh wait, no, he's lucky dog. So yeah, pit. Why not? It hurts nothing. He's back of the longest line, no matter what. But too good we
And
didn't get
there's
the stream
two other
up. So
cars that are staying out with the 15. Did they get their pit cycle in?
I believe. I'm not sure. I think the caution came out before their cars actually got into pit road, so it kind of kicked them back out.
All right, here we go. We got the 11 and 44. Who's that? 44 up front.
Yeah, the 44 out front, so that's Bushy C's. So maybe it did let him on pit road. So that puts him up front.
All right, here we go. We got the high side,
So-
11 to 48 and the 9.
We got
The
a rookie.
friends on the high side. You got
Yep.
the 10 car coming up on them.
Oh, a
11's
little
lagging.
squirrely on the high side. As Dave Ace is back in the pack. I'm not sure if he's on the lead lap or not, but he's back into the thick of it.
And Too Good and Road is fisting to pick up with Checo, and we're going to get this race off to racing now. I wonder how many laps are left.
Too good. Can we get a lap count? As we're going to wait on our in-car reporter to give us a lap
10,
count.
10 or 12 maybe?
No, I don't believe they were on pit cycle. So we had to go on pit cycle. I do not believe they are on pit cycle.
And everybody's just following in line as they should right now, just for a little bit. Get
Yep.
your tires
8 to
sticky.
go.
8 to go.
8
So
to
yeah,
go.
they are 8 to go. So this is
All
about when
right.
it started getting racy in dual one. So
Yeah, so the 11 and the 48 positions.
oh, as the 5 moves up, goes the
And there
7.
goes the sidelines. I like
Yep,
these
the
guys.
7 goes with them. Looks like the 11 and the 48
Got
are with them
Brando
as well.
leading. Brando leading that high side.
And the high side is definitely going to take it.
Definitely going to take it.
Yeah, that's what happened to you. Moved up, and that's what got you in dual one. You moved up right in time.
Perfect time, man. I seen Slink take that little move, and I said, there it is. Boom.
But
He
it
had
looks
no
like
choice but to hit me.
I don't know if the high line is getting stalled up because they're actually not gaining as much ground as I thought they would.
Yeah, it's slowed up a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I don't know if that's just
And you
they're-
got that. Who's that red card in the back kid that's sitting there playing Pied Piper?
sniper.
He's the uneven maker. Oh, that high side just is not steady enough to do anything. That's not steady enough. See, when I'm on a line like that on the high side and I see it just like that, and I realize that it's just not.
Typhoid moving
Oh.
up to the high side.
Whoa.
And we've seen he can bring a pack to the front.
He knows how to hold a line. Look at them white, them lefts on that white. You
Yep.
can tell. Lefts on the white all the way around. Bam, nice. I'd move a little lower. try and suck off their draft a little bit. It'll slow them down a little bit.
Yep, I think they need one more car. I think it's even 5-on-5. Sniper just needs to make his mind up and get up there at the high side. Nope, back to the low side.
He's.
Ooh. Yep, they just don't have
it. They got 6 on the bottom.
I need somebody in this top 4 to hop up.
Let's sit back here and view Sniper's view. I want to see what he's viewing.
Yep, I'm on the rear camera of Bushy, as the high line is pretty much dead now, down to 4 cars. They're going to have to build that back up again. I believe they're coming to 5 to go, as they're going to try to rebuild and try it again.
Yeah, Sniper's just back here floating right now. He is with Checo though. He's got some friendly company.
Yep, as we got the 7 and the
Checo
48.
wanted to go to the high side for some reason.
Yep. Oh, top 4 get a little squirrely. That allows Too Good to get close. I mean, Dave Ace is a little squirrely behind that 48. It's kind of hurting their momentum.
Snipers looked like he was letting the 9 car in. Thought twice about it.
Yep, Checo is. Yep, there we go. I thought Checo was going to go with the 9. We're going to see here. This is going to get interesting here. Oh, there goes. What is that? The 14.
His Sniper's going to the high side. He is getting up on the 48, and they are on the high side. They got the 11 with them. You got the 14 and the 10. Stuart Haas stuck in the middle. Stuart Haas in the middle. Stuart Haas split. 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top. They're just not going to have it. 14 trying to suck off in the middle. They're going in the middle.
Yeah, I don't.
And he's got the Dave Ace back with them.
Oh. But now the high side has all the cars. And the 14's going to get...
Keep it steady. Y'all going to blow past them. There's no way you can't.
It's getting racy. Oh, the 9 is that the 3 car moves up high. Puts the 14 in the wall. Checo is down on the apron. Oh, I think there
Come back, no!
Oh, I believe there might be a caution here.
True. That should be a caution.
Nope, there's no manuals with less than 10.
There's no manuals. It's not throwing a caution.
Nope. Oh, the 3 car into the wall. Dave Ace.
Is getting too scribbly. Dave Ace, what are you doing, Dave?
He's trying to protect the finish. But,
it was that time, man. It was that time.
The aggressiveness is just crazy, man.
It is.
Me and Checo went to the same hole.
Yeah, we seen you.
Yep.
We were hoping it threw a caution for you.
How many laps left? Too Good.
It is. They should be coming to 2 to go.
2 to go. So we're gonna. Bushy has been able to sit up there and guard that bottom line, and with a good chunk of the cars that were running that high side not in the group. I don't know. I want to see somebody make that move, but I'm not. I'm thinking that 15 or the 9 is probably going to make that move.
And
the 9's going to get. Oh, the 9 going to get under the 44? He is. The 9 got under the 44. And 15 got under the 44, so the 40. Oh!
The 15 put
I don't
the
know what happened there.
The wall.
That looked like bouncing off the apron, but the 44 was pinching, so I mean, you give and take. I mean, if you're going to pinch.
Yep. You got to be ready for the hit.
Yep.
All right.
And a lot of this is, a lot of a lot of these guys are not used to driving with everybody, so I mean, it's going to take a couple weeks, but we always get it squared away.
Oh, yeah. Sniper is sitting back like a viper. Fisting the strike. I'm telling you, he's fisting the strike. He's going to go to the high side, and that 2 cars behind him are going to go with him.
Nope, he's going to go 3 wide.
He's going to go to the high.
Yep.
Roll it, Sniper. He's
And he
not
just
going to
doesn't
have
have it.
enough.
He does not have it. And they're
Nobody wanted to
three
go
wide
with
behind
him.
him.
He's still got one lap to do it.
Yep. As we're coming to
Going to get
one
an
to
overhead
go.
view. And look at Dave Ace in there like a champ.
All right, so we are
Oh, the 5-car Brando
Good
Hall.
man.
we are one to go.
Who got it?
Oh wait, that was Typhoid.
I think the 9 got it.
Nope. I think Typhoid got it.
Typho got it?
I do believe Typhoid got it.
I was on the overhead view. It was he must have been out of the camera view for me. I told you he was running a
Yep.
steady line earlier.
Because Typhoid was just added to the booth, so Typhoid got it. Wow. We
I
needed that
told
to
you
be
he
dual
was
one.
running a smooth line. Yeah, I know. That's the way I want to race.
All right, so we're gonna get Typhoid in the booth here. Messages. And there he is. The rookie.
Mr. New York.
Hello, guys.
The rookie.
What's
Welcome
up,
to
boy?
the Victory Lane booth.
Hey, you glad to be here?
Yeah.
So we noticed were you watching did you watch Duel 1 at all?
I watched the majority of it. I missed the very beginning, but I watched the rest of it.
So you guys were definitely a lot more racy than I think Duel 1 was.
Yeah, I think from the very beginning, a lot of us watching that first duel realized there wasn't a lot of high lane working going on. We made it a conscious effort to try and get the outside going, and you saw a huge run from the beginning. Put the few of us on the inside back. We actually lost about 3 seconds on the leaders. Had to pull back up, so it was a conscious effort from everybody to get the high lane going the whole race. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we noticed early in the race, it looked like a lot of it was split up, and you were leading a 4-car pack, and you were able, as a lead car, to kind of catch back up. Were you just better in the front, or are you just not a pusher, or your car just handled better?
I think that's a combination of who's leading the front, who's pushing. I do a lot better in the front because I feel like I can hold a straight line fairly well.
Yeah.
I don't do very well pushing if the car in front of me can't hold it very straight. But for my own abilities, I'm very confident in keeping it straight. So I'm way more comfortable pulling a group than I am pushing. And I think I showed that today. I brought the rear group up on 2 separate occasions from about 3 seconds back. It was a lot of fun, a little dicey at times.
Yeah, that's the racing that I wanted for us. I wanted a pack to be. I love it when there's 4 cars, 3-4 seconds back, and they got to work together to get back to the front. That's the exciting part of plate tracks.
Oh, absolutely, and a huge shout out to Beastly Pac-Man. It seemed like every time I got back there on both occasions, he was there with me, and he helped push me to the front at the very end. So, huge shout out to Beastly Pac-Man. We worked very well together. Hopefully, that continues on the rest of the year.
Yeah, so we noticed too. There was a point that I had the camera on the backpack because I wanted to see what was going on with there, and it was you, the 44, the 48, and the 10. And it looked like you guys, instead of running in a line, just started racing each other too wide. And I made a guess, and I'm like, I wonder if they're reconfiguring who's in what spot. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, we started off at first. I think everybody was unsure of who they wanted to go to the front and who was more comfortable being in which spot. I mean, we kind of talked it out. I don't know voices too well yet, but I had mentioned I was a lot better pulling. Somebody had mentioned that they preferred to be the either front car or the rear car. So it took us a couple laps to figure out where everyone liked to be, but after we talked it through and kind of shuffled to where everybody was most comfortable, you saw us make some ground in a hurry.
Yep.
That's exactly what I was saying. I was saying they're probably splitting up because dude's better at leading, and then when you did lead, I noticed that your line was steady. I said that's probably what they did. They let him get up front because you got to have a good leader to lead the pack. If he's not steady, then the whole line's not going to be steady.
Yep. So, well, I
You did
mean,
a good job with that.
we're going to wrap it up
Good
here.
opening win.
Good dual win. So that means you're starting front row for next week's season kickoff.
Awesome. Looking forward to
Also,
it.
yeah, I mean, just overall, I mean, I like to ask if a new guy wins early in the season. If I'm in the booth, I like to ask, like, I know it's one race, but what do you think of the kill switch? I mean, you don't have to call anybody out. I mean, we're not against rivalries, but we try not to do it in the booth.
No, it's yeah, there was a couple comments from the beginning of the race. Somebody had pointed out that the three Hendricks cars were all hooked up at the front of the race. I mean, I spent majority of the
what?
beginning from the back, so I can't confirm it, but that's what I had heard. So it was just a personal goal of mine. I wouldn't say to not work with any of those guys, but I was really kind of battling myself to try and be up there. I wanted to be mentioned with those guys up at the front, and so there was no real rivalry out there, but definitely was some motivation to get ahead of those Hendricks guys. Apparently they were hooked up pretty well there at the very beginning. And
So,
if the race next week is half as fun as what we had today, I think it'll be a good show for those watching.
well, the race is going to be just as fun, but twice the cars. So
Hopefully
a
there won't be
chance to
that
find
much
some new friends.
aggressiveness. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the name of the game at Kill Switch. Find my
Well,
friends.
looks
I
like
think I made a few out there. I know on my end I found a few that I really enjoyed working with, and I hope I made some friends out there today.
Yep. So we're gonna kill it here. Everyone tune in next week as we do the Kill Switch Season 8 kickoff race at Talladega. Front row being Frank and who's in the booth right now, and Typhoid. So you get to start right next to the guy in the booth with me. So look out for that 45.
Yeah, I think it's ironic the two guys starting on the front both I might be mistaken on the lap, but it was either the first or the last or the second to last lap. Frank made an outside pass to get to the front, and I made
that
the
was the
outside
last
pass on the
lap.
last lap to get there. So both front row starters were a last lap pass on the outside. So hopefully we see something similar next week.
Yep. And
I'll definitely be on the high side. I don't
yeah,
like the
I love
bottom.
the high side too. It's just finding people to go with you. But we're gonna kill it here. Thank you everyone who watched, commented. We had a couple people in here watching Duel 1. Definitely had some people in here watching Duel 2. I do not know if Too Good has somebody lined up to stream for the season, but if anybody can figure it out, it's gonna be Too Good. At that point, everyone have a good night, and I apologize for the delay in the start of the stream being due to technical issues, but we got it going. So for Frank, Typhoid, myself,
Yep.
Too Good,
We'll see
everyone
you
have a
guys.
good night.